Hello everyone, my name is Marciano. I'm CCNA, CCNP, and I specialize on SD-WAN fabric. Today I'll be demonstrating a small lab on GNS3 for SD-WAN. I believe there's tons of videos already on the internet for that, but of course everyone has a different version, a different way of doing it. I tried so many before I did this video, and today I'm gonna be using for the vManage, the vBond, and the vSmart version 20.3.1, and for the CH, that's our CSR 1000, I'll be using the version 17.02.01R. Please do not ask where I got the images. You can find all the images online if you want to. Okay, so as you can see here, I'll be starting with this particular version 20.3.1, and I will do the first upgrade 20.4.2, and finally for 20.6.3. This is a simple cloud. From here I just changed the symbol. Okay guys, so it's gone. So let's start from scratch. I already have everything here, so we're gonna be using the vManage, vSmart, and a vBond. Let me just bring that a little bit down, more down, a little bit more down. Yeah, it should be alright, I believe. So I'm gonna put the name inside. I can change the color, and I believe I will do that. So that one as a black is fine. So try to make as small as I can and tight. So I'll be using 3 routers. So one's gonna be on the border router, one's gonna be our MPLS router, and the other one's gonna be our ISP router. Okay, so I'll be using 2 of those devices, and I'm gonna be using the generic switch that comes with GNS3, 2 of those. So I'll be changing them. And I'm gonna be using the cloud that you saw in the beginning. So the cloud, I'll be changing the symbol. The symbols you can find online as well. I found a nice one, and I'll be using the one that I found it. So I already have it here. Yeah, so I'm gonna change the name of the innet. Let's make it smaller for here inside, and close that for the time being. So I'm gonna do, so I'll try to get all these in the same line. Okay, that's perfect. And MPLS, so one's go here, it's not too far away, so let's put them on the same line. It's okay. Okay, so vManage, I'll try to make this video as quick as possible. I already have the bootstrap for every single device. So what is a bootstrap? It's a simple configuration, a standard configuration, just to give the normal input for any device. Okay, on the cloud I'll be choosing vMnet1, add, apply, okay, and I'll show you the reason why I'm using vMnet1. So if I open my workstation, so I got the IP 192.168.61.128. if I go edit virtual network editor, so you can see vMnet1 has the network 192.168.61.0. That will be my gateway or my outbound to the internet. Okay, so that's the only way a vManage can communicate with the internet or reach out to the internet. So I'm gonna be cabling everything, and what I'm gonna do to make it quicker as possible, I will fire them up everything, and this way will make very quick than just waiting for the things to load. Okay guys, okay, so I believe everything is settled. Let's put it here. So for VPN 152 or B out of bound, I'll be using 192.168.61.0 network. So I can put on this side, and for our transport VPN, I'll be using 10.1.1.0/24 network. Okay, so for the MPLS network, I'll be using 172.16.1.0/24. And here I'll be using 101.0/24 as well. So I'm gonna do like this. So I'm gonna do yep, that will do. So Well, despite the ISP, we're gonna be working on this side all the way. So let me turn them on. So I have around 48 RAM, so should be alright. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be firing up every single one of them. Just wait for will become a little bit smaller, but I believe you can see it. So I will start with vManage, vSmart, vBond, border, MPLS, and those ones. So those are already booting as well. So let me delete ISP because we're not gonna be working with it. So let me clean up. So when it says system ready, so it's ready for us to log in. By default is admin, and I prompt you to enter twice again just to verify. So vManage is up. Let's check vBond is also ready. Admin. So vBond image is the same image as VH, but when we apply the configuration, we tell that the host name is vBond. Okay. So let me see if it's load, because the CSR is a little bit slower and it's really take time to load. So vManage is also ready. Admin. Okay, so when you boot the first time your vManage, you depend of the version. Different version has different output. So it's ask you the available storage device. So we're gonna use, of course, the biggest one, the HDB. That's 1. So just press 1, enter, and Y for yes, and I will boot it again. So that's why I said let's do all in one, so we can have this video in about half an hour if it's possible, or even less. Okay, it's still loading. So the CSR has 2 modes, so control mode and autonomous mode and control mode. So autonomous mode just acts, as you can see here, is booted in autonomous mode. It just acts as a normal router. So I believe we've got the same here. So all we need to do is just change for control mode, so that can take the SD-WAN configuration into place. Okay, so the vManage CSRs are the longest one, so that's why I booted everything to make a little bit quicker. So we leave the vManage to load on the background. So I have, as I mentioned here, I have my bootstrap ready. So let me just take all these. Don't need. Yep. So I have my bootstrap ready. So this is for the vManage, vSmart, and the vBond. It's just a standard configuration as you do a normal router. Of course, for the controllers, it's a little bit different. So you go into configuration mode, go under system, and this is where you're gonna put all your configuration under system. So you give the host name of vSmart, site IP. You can give anything. This IP is no routable IP. It's just like when you configure BGP router ID. It's pretty much the same concept here as well. Okay, so the site ID is gonna be 1. So the organization name, it's gonna be this. This organization name has been taken to place on the Cisco website. Plug and play is a free of charge for you to register yourself and set up um, plug and play on the Cisco website. Okay, you don't need to pay anything really. So the vBond, as I mentioned, let's put this way so you can see it again. So vBond is gonna be using the IP, that's the transport VPN 0 transport on 10.1.1.0 network. So in this case it's gonna be .30. So VPN 0, that's the interface 1. This is interface 0, so you do no interface 0 because we're gonna be use that interface for our management or out of bound network. Okay, interface 1, you give the IP. In this case the vSmart is gonna be .20/24, and you enable all the service. It's gonna be a tunnel interface, no shut, and it give a static route. Okay, so this .1.254 is gonna be the IP on this side here for the border router. So VPN 112. So as you can see, this interface, as we say, no interface here because we're gonna be using for the management interface, and we give the same on the same subnet our GNS3 VM. Okay, and you can put this and you cannot, but I'll rather put just to make sure everything is here. So on the vBond is pretty much the same. The only difference here is that you say local vBond only. It's telling that that particular interface at this particular device is the vBond to recognize as a vBond. Okay, and as you can see, /30, the same default and the same default. So what I'm doing is for the VPN 0 on .30 for the VPN 0, I'm using the same as on the VPN 512.30. So I'm trying to keep it uniform. I'm simple and straightforward, so it's easy to understand. Okay, so as you can see here, .20, and if you go to the vManage, so you see .10 here and .10 here as well. Okay, so let's see if vManage is already booted. Let me see, admin. Yep, already boot. So let me just clear up this from the screen. So I'm gonna do just copy and paste the whole thing to make it quicker. I will do the same on the vSmart. The whole configuration will be shared on the video. See VH and now vBond. Okay, so now we can try see if we have reachability to all the others. So to rapid, I do count 5 and I do VPN 0. Yep, I can reach the vManage IP .10 and let me see .20, and I can reach the vSmart using the transport. So let's see if we can reach out as well using the management IP. Let's do rapid, count 5. You have to specify, otherwise we'll take only VPN 0. For example, if I do count 1 and don't say anything, we'll take into place VPN 0. So your network is unreachable. Okay, so we have to specify where we're going to, and we have reachability between the devices. So if I do the same here, I reach out first using the VPN 0 to vBond. So I'll do like this. If I don't use rapid, just use the normal default ping. So it's okay. So I have reachability from here to here, here, and vice versa. Okay, so now we're gonna create or generate a key, and we're gonna be using this command open SSL generate RSA root key, and we give what encryption we want, so we're using 2048. Okay, so this is on vManage, and enter generate. So if you do ls minus lh, so it's created the key here now. So now we need to tell this key to generate a certificate. So and the command is here, open request new node root key, the one that we just created here, how many days, and the country and the city and the organization name, and give out the name root EA pin. Copy, paste, and that's it. If you do the same, now we have the root key and the root pin. So root key and the root pin and our vManage. Okay, so now we are good to go. Now we can go to the browser and see if we can reach out to vManage. So I'm gonna be using Firefox. Already have it here. So I'm using 192.168.61.10 and the port number 8443. So advanced, accept the risk, and we have reachability to the vManage. Enter the password is admin as well, and press login, and voila. So we can see we already have one invalid certificate, that is for the vManage. Certificate now installed, and it's populated field information here. And all we need to do first, go to administration settings. We need to change few things here. You have to tell vManage the organization name. So we can copy from here, organization name. It's the same organization name. So copy and paste and save. vBond not configured. We need to tell vManager who is our vBond, so we can give the vBond the DNS or the vBond IP that we have on our bootstrap that says here. So we just pick up this IP here, put it here, and save. So the next step is going to the controller certificate authorization and click edit, and by default is on Cisco. It's recommended, but because it's a lab, we're gonna use the enterprise root certificate. So where do we get this certificate? This certificate is this one here. So if you do cat, I have to be under the shell, sorry guys. So it's the cat. All you have to do is copy the whole thing and put it here. That's it. Make sure you don't have any space, for example, any space. So make sure you don't have anything, okay? And you press import and save. And then let's just wait to load, and it's done. So now let's see. Still have invalid because we haven't fully completed finish. So now we go to configuration and go under certificate, controllers, and all you need to do now is to generate CSR. On the three dots here, click generate CSR. and it's done. So you click close. If you have noticed, when I did ls minus lh, we only have three options here. Now after generate the CSR, if you do the same, now we have vManage CSR populated here. Okay, it's automatic populated here, so we don't need to manually copy and paste. For example, if we do vin and do the same here, and just to write and copy and paste, we don't need to do that. So now if we go to devices, configuration devices, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna add the controllers. So I'm gonna add first the vBond controller, and the IP is .1.1.30, admin and admin, and I will click and I'll enable this option here, generate CSR. So I do add, let's wait to add the vBond. Okay, so I'll close that. So now all I need to do, and I forgot, is so different versions. I did few things here on my notes. Different versions, different way to request the root chain install. Okay, so on this version 19.2.1 before 20, you use this command here. From 20 onwards, use this command here, but use on this CLI. Okay, so you go exit and request and installed. So it's meant to do the same for every single device, but for some reason only works on vManage and does not work on the others. But we can try this one here. Enter, ask for the password, is admin, but it says no valid certificate installed. Okay, so now if we go to vShell, let me just clear up for everything, guys. So has been installed, and now let's go back and install our vBond. Admin, and install the vSmart. So I have installed all the controllers, and if I go to the main dashboard, you will see I have 3 invalid certificates now. Okay, so now let's go to certificates, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna generate the CSR for the vBond and the vSmart, even though it's already here, but I'd rather do it again. And now if we go to vManage, vSmart, vShell, so the master root certificate has been installed, and we have the vSmart CSR, and I'll do the same. You can see, go to master and go to vBond. Okay, so we're gonna be using the vManage to act as a root CA for all the other controllers. So all the commands gonna be shared once the video is uploaded. So we're gonna use scp admin at vManage VPN 0 IP, and we tell to take this a certificate and assign to this here. Okay, Let's go yes, admin, it's done. So let's do for all of them in one go. Yes, admin, and out. And for last, yes, admin. So now we can do, and we can see we have the vBond, CSR, vManage, and the vSmart. So now we're gonna assign this CSR to the root or to the certificate. So we have this vManage, and we're gonna be assigned to the vmanage.crt. It's done. It's done. And I'll show you guys in a minute. And it's done. So I already have the command here, grab. So you can see we already have all of them. If now I go to the vSmart, do again. So now what we can do is get every single certificate. I'll do one by one. So and last one and vSmart. So what I'm gonna do is grab this and I go configuration certificate, and you have to highlight it, which one you're gonna do. So when you highlight it, will come as a yellow color here underneath. So I'm highlight and vManage, install certificate, install. You will see here this is a refresh, see it's in progress. Once it's complete, we'll tell you as well. It doesn't take long really, and that's it. It's done, has been assigned. Now if you go to the main dashboard, you see we only have two now, that's the vBond and the vSmart. So we have to do the same configuration, certificate, controllers, and we're gonna do the vBond now and install certificate. Go back here, and this is our vBond. So you're gonna copy this, install. Let's go back here, certificate, controllers, and we're gonna do a vSmart now. That's the last one. And now you can see it's only one. Now if I refresh, and there's nothing here, and the vSmart is gonna be one in a minute. If I refresh it again, just waiting to populate all the information, and as you can see, one is up. You can see all the details, system IP, site ID, device, OMP, overlay management protocol, BFD, controller, and the version, and the chase and the serial number. Okay, we can have more information going to configuration, devices, controllers, and you can see all the information here, the site ID, go to certificates, controllers, you'll see. Okay, so now that's all done, what we're gonna do is send this information to vBond. Okay, so one part is done, the controllers are done, the certificates are done, and I'm gonna stop the video now, and I will start a new video doing the other part of the lab. Okay, as you can see, everything is up now. Thank you. I'll see you in a minute.